I can hear you.
Aid can hear me louder. Hang on, I think I know what to do. Bear with me, everybody. Aid, talk. Do an interpretive dance for 1 minute.
Oh, interpretive dance. You want me to talk about stuff? I mean, the room for interpretive dance, and everything you can't see, is limited, especially for the sort of dancing that I would do. Very much.
They should be getting louder.
Dancing.
Let's turn all the way up to there, and I can do this just to bring it down a bit. That should be better. Is that better, everybody? Sorry about that. We've just moved a streaming PC. We have a whole new streaming room, and it's very glamorous. I would show you, but we're kind of cramped in a bit.
Mate, it's so well aircon though.
Oh,
that's the big thing for me. Yeah, it's really well aircon.
Can you hear us now? You should be able to hear us. We should be, in fact, anyway, we're too loud. We're peaking. We're peaking. There we go. Bring it down a bit. Right, so a few bits of admin to get out of the way. We have just moved streaming rooms, and we're in a room without a door. So you may hear some sound coming from that way. Background noise come included. Yeah, sorry, background noise. So if you hear people talking about stuff, that's because people are talking about stuff. Who is the guest? Sharmoni, this is...
Hi.
Adriano. Let's talk about that.
My name is Adriano, or Aid, and I am the QA manager here at Payload Studios. So all those bugs that you find are my fault. No, actually they're not. They're the coder's fault, but kind of my fault for not finding it.
But Aid has been, long-time fans of the show will know that Aid has been with us for a while, haven't you?
6 years, mate. Yeah, 6 years I've been on Payload now. So
you've been on stream way back when. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Yeah, it has been a while. For reasons, shall we just say?
Yeah,
reasons. But back today.
There you go.
To help you out.
Showing his face, showing off some new stuff, which we'll talk about now. So there's a couple of things we're going to cover in today's stream. Firstly, the new resource radar. So we've been talking about it a little bit on stream for a while now, and we've shown some pictures of it and some nice sort of work in progress sort of stuff. But it's now in a place where we can actually show it working in game. So that's why Aid's here, because he knows way more about it than I do.
I don't know. Do you even know who Mr. Bean is?
It's
uncanny.
It's not uncanny.
Mr. Bean does not have a beard.
That is true.
I'm not wearing a tweed jacket.
And he's not Italian.
Mr. Bean is not Italian. I'm the least Italian-looking Italian. So, yeah. Sorry. Before you progress any further,
yes.
Warbrand says, "Can I blame you for my hover spawning upside down as the last update?" You cannot, because we did not have that issue in testing. It seems to only happen with specific techs, but they've been able to repro it with a snapshot on the forum, so hopefully it will be fixed.
There you go, and that's why we bring in the big guns, so they can shoot the shade down. Awesome, right, so today we're going to be showcasing the resource radar. That's going to be the first port of call. It's in a place where it actually works. We can show you how it works, we can show you all the cool stuff that it does. And then we'll move on to looking at some of the, we won't be able to get through all of them because there's quite a lot, but some of the enemy population text that the community made and submitted.
Cool.
So we'll go through those. So that's pretty much it. We'll keep an eye on chat just because we want to make sure we're not missing anything. But let's just get into it. I'll show you the resource radar because this is really exciting. This has been something that we've been. Well, the story of the resource radar is. Strap in, guys. This is a good one. The resource radar was brought in. Hang on, actually.
I mean, the resource radar has been in the game since before I started. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, am I confusing you?
If I've audio on TerraTech, right, why isn't this tree code working? Did that work? Oh, it did. Right, cool. Yeah, so Resource Radar has been in the game for a while. Like one of the first, it's sort of one of the first blocks that we kind of put in, and it was put in as way back when. What was it?
Reticle Research was just it was just R&D before Reticle Research existed, when it was still the EXP Corporation.
Exactly, and it was when AI was able to.
Well, don't pick them up too
theory,
much.
AI could gather resources.
Yeah, in theory.
Yeah,
I mean, it never really worked very well.
It never really worked very well. So when we let's move to this tech. Then when we removed that feature, the resource radar was sort of put on the back burner a little bit, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, for about 5 years.
Yeah, so there was sort of a placeholder block put in R&D or in the EXP Corp back when it was. That literally didn't do anything. There was no code attached to it. It had zero functionality. It was literally just a placeholder block. But the fact that it existed obviously got people wondering, well, what does this block do? How does it work? And they kind of got you, sort of. We had a lot of requests from people to say, just do the resource radar. So we've done the resource radar. It's taken us a few milestones, but Django's been working on it diligently, and it's in a place now where it looks like this. Let me give you a bit of a close-up, because this is a big moment.
Some people in the chat are saying they missed the spinny bar thing that was on the old reticule, that was on the old resource radar. Ooh.
This is what the model looks like.
I think it looks great. I like the satellite look of it.
Yeah, it's fitting with the other sort of radars as well. The original, it was just too big and bulky. It didn't need to be that big. My head's blocking the mini map. Yeah, so it's not activated yet. We're going to activate it in a second. But as you'll see, so there's a radar. That's where it looks. That's what scans. It doesn't actually do anything, but that's what scans the area. And this little resource receiver here is what does something really interesting. Hey, do you want to talk about that?
I can talk about that, yes. So, we cannot see the mini-map on the stream. You're going to sort that out first before?
Yeah.
You're going to top right.
Let's
cool.
go top right.
So, yes, the resource radar should help you locate resources that you are looking for, assuming that you have one of them already. So, you can't just set it to be like, oh, look for erudite. That would be a little bit too easy. You need to have at least discovered it in some way, first of all. And then once you do, if you drop a resource onto the resource radar for a limited amount of time, it will show you the location of any that are nearby. And it will work with all kinds of resources. Obviously it doesn't work with components because you cannot mine them. But that's what it does. And I'll tell you right now, it's going to be really handy for some missions in the game. The couple of the crafty mic ones require you to look for resources, and there's a couple of trophies and achievements which are sort of connected to try and find the right resources to craft the right kind of block. So yes, it should be quite helpful for a lot of players, I'm sure.
So you just let me put what was that yellow block, erudite?
That's Luxite.
Luxite, sorry, I never know the name of the resources. So we put a block of Luxite in, and you can see in the mini-map down here that it's showing me where all the Luxite veins are. So I can find one here, and there's quite a few. Now, that's it. That's the resource radar, everyone. So what happens when you put two resource radars on your tech?
They will both show you the location of the resources you're looking for. However, you may not be able to define which one is which. The resource radar is not capable of distinguishing between them on the minimap. Within law. So. It identifies all of them as a white dot on the side, so you can be looking for a couple of them if you want. You can have 4 or 5 resource radars on there, all looking for different forms of resource, but it will not distinguish between them on the radar. No colour coding there too, I'm afraid. There's a few questions that appear on here. Shall I try and answer them?
Yeah, go for it. Sorry, yeah.
Vertu, you say Crafty Mike when this looks like something from Reticule Research, the late game faction. There's there's no order you have to complete the missions in.
Yeah. But also, so this is an interesting point. So this, at the minute, you can see it's in the Reticule Research colour scheme. This is because we were going to put it in R&D. That was the real answer. Is that this was going to go into R&D first, and then eventually graduate into the main game. But we thought, let's just chuck it in the main game. And we know that you guys want it as Geocorp. So basically, Anton's going to go back and reskin it into a Geocorp block. So once it's ready to go into Unstable, it will be Geocorp. Yeah,
so you can still access it fairly early game if you're struggling with the Crafty Mite mission. I think it's the 4th mission that you've got to find stuff for him. So yeah, it would still be in there relatively early game. There was another important one. Will this be in co-op?
Yes, no it won't. For now.
Yes, no.
Yes, no it won't. Good question, but no. For the main, it's along the lines of some of the same reasons why co-op crafting is tricky in co-op. Or crafting is tricky in co-op. It would require a substantial amount of work just to get this one block working, and being that resources aren't hugely important in co-op modes in co-op campaign anyway. You're only really going to use it to try and make a bit of money, probably.
Yeah.
It's a bit too much work for us to add to co-op campaigns, to co-op campaign right now. But like we always like to say, we never say never when it comes to co-op crafting or anything really. So that's the line.
Yeah. Cool. There's another one on there. How do you change material? You can simply drop another resource on top of it. It will only show whichever is last consumed though. So right now this one on the tech is looking for wood, but now it's stopped. So if you drop another one on, it will start to show another one. But I'm pretty sure you can stack them. I'll have to double check with the team.
And there's a cooldown, isn't there? There's a time for which you can search for one resource, right?
Yeah, so the resource radar is consuming the resource. Once it's consumed it can no longer find any of those, so you need to add another one. So you better be quick if you've only got one erudite and you want to find more, better get a move on. Although, pro tip, go to the grasslands before you drop the erudite on there, because that's where erudite is.
There you go. So, because I've already got a Luxite, I'm already looking for Luxite, I'll put another one on it, she's holding it in the same way a sort of silo would hold it. So that's what that looks like. And somebody looks like when we're searching for two different resources. Do it again just to show you what it looks like. But we'll just put another one in. There we are. Oh
wow!
Yeah,
So
wood
a lot of
and
wood.
Luxite. That's what happens when you fill your mini-map. So yeah.
Another good question. If you put refined chunks in, can you see the basic version? Yes, you can. So if you have a refined one, it will find the raw version of that out in the world for you.
That was annoying. I just boosted and it dropped.
Yes, it will, because that's how collectors work. Yeah, I mean, if you put collector flat, then it'll do the same thing when you boost. That's why you should put them that way, and presumably the resource radar will do the same thing. So if you put them that way, then this is like, I don't know, should be telling them this.
So
it's like a cheat code. I don't know.
QA code.
Yeah, if you put collectors vertically instead of horizontally, I'm just trying to. So vertically instead of horizontally, when you boost, you won't lose them. They won't come off your tech. Presumably the same will happen to the resource radar. I will check it.
There you go. I think it works like a furnace where there's a buffer. Yeah. So there's a buffer. So you have a time period for which it doesn't. It's not entirely clear how long that period is, though, is it? There's no
there's no cooldown. There's no timer on there. That would be too easy, I think.
So Fire did ask on YouTube. Well, we'll answer again. Would it work if the resource you put in is refined or not? So yes, it would. It will just find.
It's shift control. Oh, you got it. No. You want shift alt. So control alt. Sorry, control alt.
Right. What do I need?
Elastic brick. Try that one.
What is that?
So you just got your mouse on it now. Then have one up.
Elastic brick. Yeah.
Oh, that's a clever way of getting around boosting away. I always find a tree to boost into when I'm bringing up that menu, so I don't boost miles away. Or a rock. Yeah, just don't think of pausing it. Didn't think of pausing it.
Alright, I'm going to stop that one now. So as you can see, there is no whatever resource this was. There's nothing around.
There's no oleite. There's some titanite there. Try titanite and try titanium. Is that what it is? The raw resource? Sorry, the refined one. Obviously, there's still some bugs that we need to iron out, so this might not explode yet.
Which one is it?
Explode? I've just read that word on there. Try titanite. Try titanium ingot. Yes. See if that one works. If this doesn't work, put the bucket.
But it should work that way. It should work that if you put a refined resource in, it's going to show me.
We've got to wait for the oleite to be consumed.
So how's it meant to work? It's meant to.
It should find titanite, yes.
But I mean, sorry, it's meant to wait until this resource is done.
Yeah,
and overwrite
you can't overwrite the resource it's looking for unless you remove the resource radar and lose the resource completely. You can only queue them up. Yeah, you can't overwrite it and force it to take the next one.
Right, well, let's see how we go.
Hopefully this works. Hey, there we go.
Okay, so that's a refined ore. And it will now show me where the other ores are.
Zugbug, yes. The resource radar has always acted like a normal radar, actually. Even before we did this work, it was just a massive paperweight of a radar, basically. It was just not practical to use on most techs. So, yeah. Right. Component. sorry, go on, Matt.
I was
just
just
reading
saying,
the
so
questions.
let's put on a normal radar and we'll see how that affects. Because right now that's just a mini map without any radar on, right?
No, that's the radar, isn't it? Compass is like the really small one.
You sure?
The radar's the big one. Pretty sure. If you remove it off there now, you'll see it.
Right, let me. Am I being a dum dum? Oh yeah, I was just being a dum dum. But you can see the similarities, right, between the resource radar. That's the vibe.
Yeah, so we've got a spinning, radar dish, which is a classic radar thing.
What chat's going to tell me off now for being a dum dum?
Nah, it's alright. Matt is not a dum dum. There's a lot to remember with this game. Any more questions? I thought there was one, but the chat has been spammed. I'm sure I read one. Anyway, feel free if we've not answered the question, just post it again. Yes. So, obviously it's still a work in progress. There's some bugs to be found.
Really important point. It's still a work in progress. It's definitely there's a strong chance that it might not even look like. Well, it definitely won't look like this. I can tell you that now. It's going to become Geocorp when it eventually gets added to the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
And it's good. It's nice to introduce a block with new functionality.
Yeah.
We don't get to do that as often as we'd like. So this one's particularly a good one and it's useful functionality as well.
So let's talk about the resources that you get from, or the components that you get from the new biome. Will it find? It won't find component parts, will it?
Not to my knowledge. No way. You found that quick. Not to my understanding. It's a resource radar rather than a component radar.
So this new biome that we're in with the new.
Well, do they know about the new resource skip, isn't it? Brilliant.
Yeah,
none of them are here. Oh, there's one over there. Yeah.
But that pillar shouldn't be in here. I thought we'd disable.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It looks like it's right on the edge, so it's probably a blending issue. Well, not
that's
right
not
on the edge.
That's right in the middle.
Really? Around this side looks like it's on the edge. That's edgy. That's
edgy.
Mate,
that is not edgy. That is slap bang.
All right. Can we agree? It's definitely not in the middle, though.
Not in the middle. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be there.
No, it shouldn't be there. But it's probably some kind of overlap issue with the biome next to it. So yes, sort of thing that we'll
iron out.
We'll try and iron out.
But like we said, it's a work in progress. So anyway, because these are component parts, these resources give out component parts. Is the plasma? No. Okay.
That's not implemented yet.
Because these give out component parts, which isn't giving out. Oh yes, there's some component parts. The resource radar won't pick up on component parts.
It should not.
It's just not going to pick anything up. So I can try and dump it in, but no, it
doesn't recognise it.
It doesn't recognise it. So the irony is we've added a new biome with a new resource giver, and the new resource radar can't detect it.
No.
So that's some quality game design.
It's a resource radar, not a component radar.
No, you're right.
Plus, we've only just added components to resource giver. Don't look at me. Talk to
No.
He's the one who made it.
It makes perfect sense, but also means that we can make a component radar as well, right? So eventually you can have a resource radar that searches for components. So when you're very specific to this biome, this is the only biome we can.
It become more useful once we expand this biome and what we can do with it, and add more stuff to it if we do.
Yeah.
I think it might be more useful. Sorry, someone has asked an interesting question. What happens to text that you used to use the old 3x3 model of the resource radar? Well, technically this is a new block. It's not the same as the old resource radar. So what will happen is when we remove that one, the tech will load in, normally just without the old resource radar on there. But of course you can add the new one to it if you want to.
There you go. So this acts as a new resource radar. The old one will still be there in R&D, but not accessible. Or sorry, not accessible. It'll just be a separate block. It's also called resource radar. Maybe we should get rid of the old block then.
We will. Yeah, we will. Yeah, it'll be removed. There's only going to be one. There's no point in having a non-functional one.
So if people have got snapshots that use the old resource radar block, they won't be able to use
the snapshot will load in just fine. It just will load in without that old block.
Oh.
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been that way for a while, so it should be good. But generally, we don't like to remove blocks. It's been a long time since we removed one in this way. It was just the nature of getting this one to work. It just made sense to build it as a new block.
So Sebi makes a point. Where TerraTech, if you remove the block, then you wouldn't be able to. Then you'll be able to use that tech anymore to change it.
Are you saying that it will not recognise, it won't let you spawn in the snapshot because it says you've got missing blocks? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm thinking.
Right, okay, well hopefully we will avoid that from happening.
Fingers crossed!
Hopefully. But it's something worth mentioning to the rest of the team.
Yeah, it's worth, because we don't want to break people's existing text.
No, of course not.
Awesome. Alright. I think that brings us to the end of the resource radar portion of this stream.
Alright, cool. Do you want to do any more wasteland biome chat?
We can do some wasteland biome chat.
Oh, I've got, my train's on for a few minutes.
Well, I've got some community core, some community made text to go through.
Oh, cool.
You don't have to stick around for that.
Yeah, I'll stick around for that for a little bit, yeah.
Cool, right.
Sounds good.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's load these texts in, and we can talk about other stuff as we showcase the new text. Because there's a long list. We're probably not going to get through all of these, so if anyone in chat wants me to showcase your text, just let me know in chat and I'll dig them out. But I'll just start going through them. So let's talk about the wasteland biome. Virtue, I couldn't get your okay, right. Please show me my geo or bit of future ones. Right, let's find Warbrands. Warbrand here is a geo.
I haven't seen any of these yet, actually, so this should be fun.
I've got to find them first. Let's find them in this Warbrand. Okay, that's not your submission. So these are all. So those that don't know, we asked the community to submit some enemy text to be added to the enemy population. And these are some of the submitted texts.
This person here, they've used the Better Future disc lasers to make a lot of wheels. That's cool.
So hopefully we'll find that.
I'm not sure how that manoeuvres, but
I'm trying to find Warbrand. I've not organised this well at all. Warbrand. Okay, I think you're in the first page.
You can't control F for Warbrand.
Not if it's on a different page. That would be useful though, wouldn't it?
It would be useful. Yeah.
Hardwork. Well, there we go, Warbrand. Okay, right, so that's what it looks like, so let's load in Warbrand. Is it this one? It's not this one.
No, is it one of the ones above?
Could be one of the first ones that I uploaded. Hopefully it's a snapshot that works. Well, that's not good. Hey, why?
I don't know, mate.
Hey, why is the game not working?
I don't know. It's your competition. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, hang on. These are all my old. I think
they're probably really old snapshots. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hopefully clear it out.
Here it is. All right, let's deploy this. Yeah, these are just all old snapshots. So this is Warbrand, I believe. This is one of them. Whoops.
Nice. Good use of the skins as well.
Yeah.
Did you encourage them to use skins?
Yeah, we could use skins. You could use as long as it used the newer blocks, because that's what the enemy population was missing. Was a lot of the new Geocorp blocks and Hawkeye weapons that we've added recently. Which is why I sort of. So this is the grade 1. This is sort of your early game. This is Warbrand. This is the early game kind of tech. Pretty simple. Do you need to shoot?
You want to shoot?
No, do you want to shoot?
No, sorry.
Okay, cool.
I'll let you know.
Right. Early game, looks fine, looks good. Does the job, simple, it's small, it's compact, it uses very basic blocks, which is what it needs to. These are all grade 1 blocks, I believe.
Oh, really? Cool.
And then this is sort of the level up. So the theme was that it kind of had to be, we'd like to like an evolution, so you can see there's a definite
I see, yeah.
If you think of like Pokemon. This is your
Sorry,
Charmander.
what? I never heard of that.
Pokemon, it's a really well-known game.
Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Whatever, it's not as good as TerraTech.
I think it stands for Pocket Monsters. I actually think it does mean that. But yeah,
it probably does, yeah.
Not as good as TerraTech.
No, not as good as TerraTech. But yes, I understand the process here, and that's a really good way to approach it. Like grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, and evolution of each one. Yeah. It's like they're coming back at you with something better every time, but you're still going to beat them.
I've leveled up. Zugbug loves Pokemon. I think Zugbug esteemed their persona, right? Their online persona around Zugbug. Awesome. Hit the explosive bolts with the grade 3. Oh, there's explosive bolts. Do you know if explosive bolts work on enemy techs?
Enemies can blow explosive bolts. They blow them as soon as you get within a certain range.
Oh, interesting. Right, so let's do the explosive bolts. And it deploys. Oh, cool. A mining thing.
A little mining tool, little auto mining tool. That's cool.
Warbrand, do you want to explain why you would deploy an auto miner? Is it just for the lore?
Just because GeoCortec, they mine.
They mine. Alright, cool, fair enough.
I guess.
Yeah,
That looks cool.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I can accept that.
Looks like the use of the piping here on the back.
Yeah.
The silver piping. That's really cool.
I love those little details.
Yeah.
Right. All right, Warbrand. Thanks very much.
It also deploys mining drones. He says. Press X again. He's probably got multi-stage
Oh my
bolts.
goodness, multi-stage
Oh,
bolts.
there we go.
Any more? Give me more. More.
Oh,
And one more. Hey!
Hey, look at that. He's on 4 stages. Nice work, Warbrand. That is awesome.
Slick. That is slick. So how many multi-stages?
So now, that's a good question. The AI are probably only aware of 1 stage. So I should have brought my notepad with me. Anyway, I'll try and remember it. This will be, yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah. This will be something that we'll need to discuss for these techs, how we handle multi-stage explosive bolts, because the AI are currently only aware of 1, and they just blow them whenever you get in range. Obviously, techs like this, you'd want to stagger the blowing of the explosive bolts, I would say.
I'm just sending a message.
Yeah, I know
that
what
makes
you mean.
sense, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
Super. Right. Warbrand, that's awesome. So you can see this is kind of a good starting point, a good example of the evolution of the different grades. This is exactly what we wanted. Who else wanted to showcase theirs? There's a better future one. So I'll show someone else's. Who else had one? I know Virtue submitted one. So let me find that. It was a game save, which isn't... It's not ideal. It's not quite what we asked for, but I'll try and load it in anyway. Oh, there's some better future ones from Warbrand as well. That's fine.
Cool.
There's got to be a better way.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm not gonna. Ooh, what was that skull one there?
Yeah, skull one. That might be a bit. Maybe. Well, we'll come on to that. That's an interesting one we can showcase. But I want to showcase the Virtues now. Here we go. Right. So it's. I asked for a snapshot. Oh, it is a snapshot. Wait, what? It says snapshot shape. How am I doing this? Right. Let's just load it in. Yeah, where's it going to appear on my list?
Probably appear at the top. I think it normally orders in date. There you go.
Beautiful. Right, let's pop this over here. It's gone all dark. Ooh, hovers! Let's make it light again.
Brave move using hovers, because the AI are notoriously ropey when it comes to controlling hover techs. Probably seen them with better future. They're often all over the shop.
What's the cheat code to get it? Hang on. Let me mute everybody. Don't worry, we're back. Oh, hang on.
Oh, you got to update your bookmarks. Just type it in, it'll be fine. Trust me.
You think just...
It'll be fine.
Right, hopefully that works. Right, so let's take a look at Virtues then. So this is... What details do we have on this? There's Virtue likes to give us long...
Oh, nice, yeah. Explanations.
The Homfer is the hover tank. Okay, so it's just one. There's no evolution, which is just fine. Her shields, they just look horrible and make this disaster of a colour scheme combination worse.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the colour scheme here.
That's fine. It's
pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's mostly yellow and black,
Yeah.
which is what Geocore are.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Do you say Geocore or Geocorp?
I say Geocore because the abbreviation of corporation is usually down a core, right? Or maybe I'm thinking the army, the way the army abbreviate it.
It's Geocorp, isn't it? Isn't it?
I think everyone else just said Geocore, so that's what I said because I wanted to be cool when I joined.
Let's ask. Taku, Geocorp or Geocore?
Core?
Chris, Geocorp or Geocore? So that's have a sample size of 4. Aid is 1 in 4. So
that's not a big enough sample size to prove your point.
Right, you're right.
Okay.
There's a data sample that would not suffice.
I need at least 100 people.
Yeah, right.
So.
Chat, what is it? No, we all know that Geocorp that Chat are going to agree with me. We all know that.
Because they are, because you know you're here every week and I'm here once every 4 years, so.
Right. Anyway, Virtue, this is wicked. We love this. Thanks very much. So you can see it's got shields. I like that the shields are shielded or armoured at least with some armour blocks. That's a nice little.
That's cool. It's a nice touch, yeah.
Nice bit of armour, weaponry on there as well. I like the lights. Why are the lights different colours?
Because it depends what side of the tech they're on. Those are like the aircraft lights.
Ooh.
So it's like in real life, like one side is green and one side is red. So you
Just
know
like
which way a plane is flying. I guess.
Just like real life, everybody.
This game is just like real life.
Right, speaking of real life, let's load in a skull, shall we? Let's see what this skull's all about.
Oh.
What's chat saying,
Well, Sebi's asked an interesting question. Wait, why are the lights on during the day, lol?
Oh yeah, that's just because we used some cheat codes to make sure the time stayed the same and we weren't having to make it light or dark, so it's just a fallout from that, unfortunately. So this, would you say this should be added to, I think this should be added to the enemy population.
Right, so how does it propel itself? What is it, hovers? Cool, whoa, that's awesome with the lasers, that's so cool.
Awesome.
Wow, alright, okay. I'm more intrigued now to work our way to get this into the game if it's actually doable.
Some hovers. It
Right.
uses boosters to propel itself, or thrusters to propel itself.
You know what?
Could it be viable, eh? Come on,
So,
give me some good news.
do you want to switch another tech and switch it to enemy AI and see how it handles? That would be my only concern about this one. It looks great.
We're locked on, right?
No. So what I meant was, if you swap to one of those techs,
that's
and then maybe put on.
Well, let's just put it out of its misery.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, maybe put on God mode just in case it absolutely murders you.
I think we are on God mode,
Okay.
or at least we're on invincible.
Invincible mode. Then turn that into an enemy. Let's see how it handles.
Alright, so it's going after my ALV. That's fine because this would be a real game scenario, right? It's not aiming at anything, is it?
It's not firing anything.
It's shooting its lasers. Oh, there it is. No, we're in
There we
range
go.
now.
Yeah. Is it firing weapons though?
It's firing its lasers. It's only got those lasers on it.
And it's only got those lasers.
Yeah.
I didn't think those lasers did any damage.
They do a little bit, not a huge amount.
I thought that. Hang on, what's the name of the laser block that you're looking at here? Sorry, maybe I'm confusing it with the targeting radar.
No, that's the new Hawkeye.
Sorry. Okay. Forgive me, guys. There are nearly 700 blocks in the game. I can't remember them all. It seems to be handling it okay.
I got
it's
it.
not.
Look at that. That was a sweet spot.
It's not like flying all over the shop.
Yeah.
So it seems to be handling it okay. It's probably alright to put
It's
into the
not that
formation.
big either. Like
No.
honestly, it's not. Let's stop.
Which is good for console versions.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
Not that big. It looks sick. I mean, I'd say it's a great candidate.
I think it looks great. Really, really
It looks
good.
really sick. It's like Terminator, but it's a robot skull. What time is it? Have you got a shoot or are you
Yeah, I was going to ask actually what time it is. Yeah, I'll probably shoot in a minute. Oh, that's an interesting question. Can we get a manual time changer for creative and co-op creative? Well, maybe.
Hang on, I'm going to put everyone on mute. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, I'm not sure what reason you would want to be able to do that, but I mean, if it's about power and not having daytime, there is the options in R&D and creative to have auto power on, so everything powers up a bit quicker. But yes, maybe that's something we can discuss as a quality of life thing in the future, setting the time of the day. That'd be cool.
Just publish all the cheat codes, that's the best way of doing it.
Ooh, I don't know. Well, people will complete the game too quickly.
Okay, literally the game will be finished. Lovely. Right, what else can we show?
I mean, to be honest, even with cheat codes, it takes a while to complete the game. You probably take a good 4 or 5 hours at
Even
least.
with cheat codes?
Even with cheat
Amazing.
codes, yeah. That's including warping around, unlocking all the blocks, all that stuff. Yeah.
So I don't know who this is. I'm just going to basically all the text you can see in my snapshots in my local folder are all the snapshots from the enemy population from the community. Oh, that shouldn't have loaded. Why did that load like that?
That's a bug.
Is that the bug?
Yeah, that's the bug that I was mentioning earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see this one actually before I go. I want to know what's going on with these disc lasers for wheels.
So what have we got going on? So we've got
tank trap. I don't know. I see that. I was peering underneath.
I
was like, look underneath and then the side.
There's tank tracks that uses for better future lasers as some sort of pseudo wheel.
Right, so yeah, they're giving the appearance of wheels, I suppose, when really they're not there as weapons, but they kind of look like wheels,
Nice
which
touch.
is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah. It's good use of
This
the
is grade
circular.
3, yeah. Right, so let's convert. Let's stack up. Oh, you need to go away. God, problem solved. Let's compare them to their predecessors. So you've got the grade 1, which is this one.
Nice.
Which is
There's some good weapons on there.
Yeah.
Exposed cabs as well.
Exposed cab, love an exposed
Grade one.
cab, especially for a grade 1 tech. Nice and easy. Nothing to worry about. The grade 2. So you can see the progression. It's really nice.
Yeah. I like that. It's building it up, giving it bigger wheels, but similar shape. More weapons, upgrading the weapons.
And the final form. Thumbs up from me.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that. That's, I mean, yeah, so of these two that we've had a look at all three forms, for my money, the remit has been met. They have created 3 versions, 1 for each grade,
There you go.
which is really good. Are they doing GSO grade 5 tech, so is it just up to grade
So
3?
GSO, yeah, no, it was GSO grade 5 or lower, or I think I define it as max grade or lower, because max grade can be anything, but yeah, no, for GSO it was, it does make it awkward, but
Yeah. Right, anyway, I'm going
Right.
to shoot off, that's okay.
give me one of those.
Course mate.
Bosh.
Fist bump. Yeah, it's been nice being back on the stream.
Yeah,
Did
man.
I swear?
Chat, did Aid swear? Did Aid give away any super secrets? I don't think he did.
The super secrets aren't going to bother my mum. It's the swearing. that I'll bother my mum.
Swearing, yeah.
So, anyway. Oh, good question. Will PS version ever get 4-player co-op campaign? I'm afraid not. There are performance issues with having more than 2 people in a game at the same time. It's something that potentially we could work on in the future, but as of right now, it's not something we're discussing, I don't think. Have I answered that okay?
Almost like you're a community manager.
I should be running everything I say past Matt
No, that's fine.
in a public setting.
No, it's like anything that we that we talk about with TerraTech is that we know that that's something that you want and that we can in theory do, but it's where that features on our list of priorities. And at the minute, like you said, I think it's quite low down compared to things like the resource radar or the biome and that sort of stuff. So
Yeah. All right, cool, nice one. Thanks for having me.
Thanks
Nice to
for
talk to you
coming
guys, and yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Not you guys, but him. I'll catch him tomorrow.
Yes, please.
All right, cool. Nice one, man.
Cheers, Tim.
Catch you in a bit.
Bye. And then there was me. If anyone else wants to join, anyone else want to join the stream?
I can rope QA in.
Really?
No,
Okay.
what do you got?
Anyone for the stream? No one? No one. Just me then. Right, me and Mike. Me and Mike. Right, so let's look at some more. So what time have we got? It's 22. We've got 20 minutes. We can get through a few of these texts. I'm going to we're actually going to load into the R&D Labs for this. Let's get rid of that chair. Don't need that anymore. Oh my! This chair is not good for tall people. Right, let's load a new game. Let's go to R&D Labs. What's chat saying? Like the COVID days, am I? Right, what's chat saying? Let's I'm not catching up with chat at all. What's chat been saying? It loaded sideways because cabs are upside down. Potentially, we don't know what the problem is with that bug. Sharmoni. Right, chat's just chatting. In that case, I'm going to load some more of these community-made texts. So let's take a look. What else have we got? Oh, this is one of my favourites. Genuinely. Oh, my game's slowed right down. Not quite sure what's going on there. There we go. Let's swap this. Let's put the grade 2 down. And the final grade 3. Oh, that's big. And I'm just going to go into photo mode for this because this is important. Right. This is your grade 1, this is your starter tech. I can see all grade 1 tech. It looks really nice, it's sleek, it's small, it's not too big, it's not too obnoxious. What's that? It doesn't. Oh, hang on. Let me spin that. That doesn't matter. What is that? Is that just the edge of the. Okay, that's just the edge of the green screen. Fine. Alright, and then the grade 2 is just a slightly bigger version. I can hear Dave, so I'm going to grab Dave in a second. Not physically. I'm going to get Dave to poke his head in. This is the grade 2 version, so again, it's an upgrade. It's got bigger wheels, it's got bigger weapons, it's got much bigger weapons. It's got the Hawkeye lasers on it. It's got some radars on it for aesthetics. All around, it's a good looking tech. And then finally, the final form is this thing. What's this engine called? What's it called, an engine? This is more on American muscle cars, where the engine block kind of comes out of the bonnet. What's that called? Anyone know? Because that's vibes I'm getting. Yeah, it's a drag race kind of tech, isn't it? That's the vibes I'm getting from this.
Hot rod.
Hot rod. Thanks, Dave. But what's the engine bit that comes out? Is that the hot rod
That's
bit?
the air intake.
Air intake for a hot rod. Nice. It is a V10 air cooled. That's exactly it. So this is. Oh, there's no boosters on it. No boosters. That's fine. This feels quite big, actually. This might be too big. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this might be too big. But it still looks awesome. And we'll see. Oh, apologies if you've heard a Slack notification then. That was from me. Yeah, it's a big old tech and it does a good job. I guess the only way we could know is if we make it into an enemy and see how it fares. But at face value, it looks like it should be alright. So this one's fine, right? This is a small, simple tech. Let's turn this one into an enemy. Let's turn this one into an enemy as well. Oh, I'm going to get destroyed. I'm going to get absolutely mullered. Okay, fine. So it's a bit awkward to drive. It's not, it can only really go forwards and backwards, but that's fine. It's, Okay, so it turns out the grade 2, grade 3 is absolutely demolishing everything. A lot of weapons on there. Come on, just get a lucky shot on that scab. Okay, never mind. Right, I'm going to have to turn that back into a non-enemy because we're just going to get... There you go, right. So that should work. It should work as an enemy. I think that's a good feel, a good vibe. Awesome. What else have we got? So you can see there's loads of enemy text in here. Here's a good example. Another one. Alright, so you have the three, again you have the, oh this is nice. Oh this is nice, it's got boosters. That can't be a grade 1 booster, can it? Small Hawkeye engine. It is grade 1. I never knew. I thought Hawkeye jets were like later stages, but no, it's grade 1. Excuse my yawn. This is awesome. This is exactly what I would imagine an early game sort of Hawkeye tech would look like. Boosters are useless in the hands of enemies, but cosmetics, yeah. I mean, it looks great. I don't think enemies can use boosters. They can use explosive bolts, but they can't use boosters. The I in AI doesn't have enough intelligence to be able to know how to use boosters yet. And this is the grade 2. So again, you can see a logical kind of upgrade from it, right? It's the same theme. I mean, the fact that it's the same skin helps, obviously, but it's got strong similarities. Well, I've got hiccups. Hey, Dave.
Me?
Come poke your face in.
I can't stream here. There's no. Hello.
Hey, it's Dave. Oh no, you're so small. Why are you so small? Is it a perspective thing?
Why do I have to sit on your knee?
Hey, what's it? Oh, maybe some shit over it. You don't have to stay. Just come pop your head in. Hey, everyone, say hi to Dave.
Where is it?
Everyone's noticing.
You've hidden all of the. Where are the people? I can't see any words. Oh, there they are.
Oh yeah, by the way, we're on ultra wide. We're on an ultra wide monitor now.
I know. I thought I was looking at two different monitors, but no, you've.
I'm telling chat. Yeah, it's all that ultra wide monitor support that we did in a feature ages ago.
You mean you didn't have to hack the registry?
No, we just did it. It's
yeah, of course, I know.
Actually,
it's in the menu.
That's a lie because we're not actually an ultra wide in the game, are we? So it
We're in
doesn't make any
standard,
difference.
but we're on an ultra wide monitor.
Anyway. The joke is still funny,
You
right?
can still set it to ultra wide in here, winded though.
I wonder if it will.
It just gets
Let's
smaller.
see. Let's see. I want to see what happens. I'm just going to see if it breaks.
It shouldn't break, but also people on the internet won't be able to see any
Ultra
difference.
wide. Yeah, well, this will get shrunk. Watch. Ready?
Get ready for more. Oh, the window now doesn't fit nicely.
Ultra wide. Let me. This is entirely juvenile and not necessary whatsoever. If you ever wanted to know what ultra wide looked like, I can actually show you what it looks like now.
Oh, it's tiny now. That's not what ultra wide at all. Ooh.
Oh, that's the background. Don't want to move that. Ultra wide TerraTech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Almost as wrong side. Oh, the camera doesn't.
You're right, yeah, I know.
I can't point to it. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it
Alright,
to
thanks, man. Bye, so say bye to Dave.
Bye.
Ultra wide. Anyway, that's enough of that joke. I'm going to revert back to my normal resolution of. Oh, there's another joke. Come on, make a joke about resolutions. New Year's resolutions. Something about New Year's resolutions. Anybody? Bye, Dave. Right. Oh, hi, Saywan. Do you want to come in?
Nah.
Come on, just show your
I want
face.
tea to drink.
Saywan. Chat's calling for you. Sorry, Saywan. Again, long-time viewers of the show will remember Saywan is one of our producers. We just poked his head around just to see what the streaming setup was like. And he's gone. Cool. All right. Let's get back to the regular scheduled programming. I'm looking at some text. All right. There's some more Hawkeye ones. There's some interesting GSO ones. We've shown off. Okay, so this was. I'm on the fence about these. I don't think these quite strictly conformed to the good criteria. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the R&D Labs. Oh, I need to fix the res. Oh, good shout, good shout, good shout. Thank you. Right, let's load in. So the skull that we saw earlier. These, I'll show you the three stages of its evolution. So this is stage 1. Doesn't count. That's not going to work. This is stage 2. 0 evolution from one to the other. It's just a different tech. And if anything, that should be grade 1. Anyway, and then the third grade, you've got the skull. It doesn't strictly conform to the criteria, but I can kind of let you off because the skull is just too good to not be included. But we'll see. Awesome. All right, what more can we look at? How long have we got left? 10 minutes. Some better feature ones, some more Hawkeye ones, some Geocorp ones. Let's look at these better feature ones. These are fun. Are these Warbrand? Are these yours as well? Let's get rid of these. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Oof. Don't fly away. Come back. Alright, yeah, you can see the definite progression there. That's... Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. I really love it when a plan comes together because this is exactly what I think we're asking for. You've got your grade 1, you've got your entry level, early game, simple if you like, it's got a few interesting blocks on it. This radar is going to become useful if it survives the battle. The cabs at the front, which is kind of useful for enemy techs. You don't want them to be too hard. You want them to have vulnerabilities. Hit X on this one. Okay, so this one's going to have drones, I imagine. Yeah, these little venture drones are going to pop off. 1 and 2. Any more? No more. Cool. There you go. These look nice and cool. Yeah, nice and cool. Yeah, I appreciate these little drones that pop off. So if you didn't know, if you missed the chat earlier, Aid is going to look at how enemy techs use multi-stage explosive bolts, because there is, they can obviously already use single explosive bolts, but having the ability to use both multi-stage explosive bolts would be useful as well. So cool and nice. Any others? Let's take a look. And flip to these. Okay, I think we're right at the end now. I think that's gonna be all of them. That's all the ones that I want to showcase today anyway. I mean, we could be literally here all day. Instead, I'm going to go to close up. I'm going to move over a bit so I'm not in the way. Thanks for tuning in today, everybody. That was really fun. We showcased a new resource radar. So that's going to hopefully, well not hopefully, that will be in the next unstable version, which is coming out soon. Dave? Yes. When's the next unstable due to go out? Is it 2 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Oh, the next unstable, sorry.
Yeah.
A week.
A week?
Yeah, the end of this week and another week, so a
Yeah.
week and 2 days.
Week and a half. Cool. Thanks, man.
Cool.
Cheers. Yeah, so there you go, chat. The next unstable. So you'll be able to play with the new resource radar and the new biome in a week and a half. Check it out. I'm going to leave it there because I've run out of things to say and I need to go home because I'm tired. Thanks everyone for stopping by. It's been fun. I hope you've not heard too many top secrets coming in from the rest of the studio. And have a great week. Have some thumbs up. Console fix. Oh yeah, the console fix. So that's still on the horizon. I could call Dave back, but I'm not going to. But the plan is still to release an update for console sooner. Oh, here he is.
Maybe 3 weeks it'll go into test.
Cool.
And then soon after that.
It's quick, fast, rapid.
Yeah, it will be quick stuff, hopefully. So, straight after that.
Nice. So there you go. So the next console update should be in about 3 weeks, fingers crossed. Again, don't quote me on that. We don't want to commit to that and be wrong. But it should be, a few weeks until the next console update, which will include the fix for the erroneously added custom corp fabricator. Super. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for keeping me company. Thanks to Age. Thanks to Dave. No thanks to Say1 for not joining in, but I'll let that one go. He's all right. And we'll catch you guys next week. So next week we will probably do a mod review. We've not done a mod review for a while, and there's some really cool mods, specifically Salem Black, who's just basically released the best mod I've ever seen. So we'll take a close look at that in next week's stream, as well as some other little bits and bobs that have come up. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you soon. Take it easy.